This is Aman, and his favorite color is red for anybody out there. And what's
Thank
what's
you.
your sign?
What do you mean my sign?
Like, I'm a Pisces. What's your sign?
Oh, oh, Leo.
He's
Yeah,
a
there you
Leo
go.
over here.
Yeah.
But why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you guys do.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Aman. I'm with Safira. What we do is AI interviewing APIs. So the main kind of thesis of that we're built on is that everyone wants to have AI interviewing, but no one wants to deal with the headache of like integrating it with their ATS, blah blah blah. So we just go and integrate it straight with the ATS, white label it. People probably never know we exist, but we're sitting in the back powering the whole thing. So that way ATSs that want to build this out themselves can do it in a week instead of doing the whole build process. It takes them forever.
Well,
all that, yeah.
well, there's a pitch. And for everyone out there, I'm an advisor with these guys. I chose them and they chose me for a reason, because I also believe in betting on the jockey and not just the horse. Because there's a lot of horses in this room right now that do something similar, but I believe in you guys and what you're building here, and I love your energy too. So I need to ask you, why and how did you get into this space, right? Like you guys are, recently out of school, right? Like, we're like, let's go into a TA tech. Like, why the hell would anybody want to do this, especially, coming out of school?
I think coming out of school is kind of the biggest thing. For anyone who's a new grad out there can probably attest to this, but the job market is absolutely like pretty fried.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a job, and I think the biggest thing is that, like, I don't blame recruiters because they get 5,000 applications. I don't blame new grads because they have to apply to 5,000 jobs. So it just becomes this like AI slop cycle where everyone's just trying to punt off as many applications as possible. And that's really what stuck out to us. We were like, so many of our friends are literally taking semesters off of school just to do recruitment. And there's so
Wow.
much more you could be learning as opposed to sitting there clicking one click apply so many times. That was really where we got into it. We were like, yo, this process needs to change. And to us, like, the biggest thing is if you can have a conversation with someone, you can learn so much more about who they are. Recruiter can't have a conversation with 5,000 people, but an AI can. And that's kind of really where we wanted to put that whole idea of how can we make the first application process just be the AI screen. So the recruiter, instead of seeing 5,000 resumes, they see maybe 50 candidates who have fully given answers to questions. They really fit the job well, and they applied intentionally for this job as opposed to just punting it because it took 1 second to apply.
Okay, here's the question.
Yeah.
I could scan around this room and see multiple companies that do what you guys do. What's your point of difference? What makes you guys different and special?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. To be quite honest, I think AI interview companies will brag about their tech versus other people's tech. For the most part, the tech is pretty similar. So it's not really the tech. Well, our thesis is what's really different is that we want less tech tools and not more tech tools. So we're going to ATS companies and we're helping them build it out internally. It takes literally a week to build it out using our APIs. It's 2 APIs, super quick integration. So that way ATS company has 1,000 clients and all 1,000 clients can get access to this within a week. And it's branded like the ATS company that's
So it's white label.
10 years. Yeah, exactly.
So it is like, so as a new founder, what's been the biggest challenge for you guys from a product standpoint and from a business standpoint?
Yeah. So from a product standpoint, we've put a lot of work into bias testing. Bias testing has been huge. And I think that if we get that
Can we pause on bias testing for a minute?
Yeah.
Break it down for anyone out there who's not familiar with it and why it's so critical.
Sure.
Any video-based platform needs to have tools in there for bias. Like, how do you rate bias? What is bias in the digital video space?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think we're like some companies have just been getting sued for massive amounts of money. And I don't think that that's the people route that most ATS platforms want to go down. Bias is so necessary because when we use AI in hiring, you need to have some defensibility behind why does the AI make the decisions that it makes. And that's really what it boils down to, like having some explainability. So what we've done with our platform is basically testing on tons of different interview data sets from all different 12 protected classes and make sure that our AI does not assign higher points to a certain protected class or even like unprotected classes than others. And I think that's really important to really get that defensibility to make sure that people can trust our algorithm to make the right decisions.
Oh, I love that. And from a business standpoint, as a new founder, what's been the hardest part for you guys navigating this world?
For sure, the kind of to your point earlier, we haven't been in the space for a super long time.
I think that's an advantage.
We have a new lens on it. We have a new lens on, new take on. Yeah, I agree. But the bad thing is we don't have the connection network that, for example, you have. But that's why we're so happy to be partnered with you. partnered with anyone else. And I think that's kind of the main thing that we're looking towards as we move forward.
Do you feel overwhelmed when you walk around? This is your second or third event, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel overwhelmed? Like, you look around here, there's a lot going on. People seem to like know each other. I mean, how are you feeling at this point after having a couple of these under your belt?
It's nice being a founder. I think people actually do treat you with a little bit more respect. You kind of go start up a conversation with people more on the whim. With that is super nice, but it's definitely harder because I think a lot of times people will talk about super deep HR tech lingo, even HR lingo, and I'm like, dude, that just went way over my head. So I do have to ask a lot of questions.
But are you upping your knowledge base when it comes to HR and TA tech? And
Oh yeah, I mean, I think from these 2 conferences that I've been to, I've learned so much more than like the 6 months grinding at home on LinkedIn, on online platforms. Like I do get actually so much learning out of these kinds of platforms. So it is really nice. Yeah.
What's scaring you in the space right now? Like, do you feel like the product is going in the right direction? Do you feel like there's any what you have your Google Maps in front of you? What are those roadblocks and detours that you might see coming up the road?
Yeah, I think the biggest roadblock and detour for us is how can we just get in more meeting rooms with more people? The meeting rooms we're able to get into are honestly really awesome. Like, I think when we demo our product to someone, they're like, it goes from like, oh, I've never heard of this. What is this? To like, oh, wow, this is super interesting, super easy to build. And I think that's like something we're really proud of in terms of our product. So that's kind of the good thing. But it's just a matter of how do we get in front of more of those kinds of meetings, get in front of those people more.
And that's why I'm partnering with these guys to open up doors for them. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams, when I grow up, I want to build a product in the TA and HR tech space? Like, what do your parents and family say? Like at the family dinner in the holidays, how's that conversation go?
Yeah, they're like, oh, what are you working on? And then I tell them whatever I'm working on. They're like, oh, that's cool. Sounds good. I have zero idea what I'm talking about, but I think it's interesting. Like, I like being kind of deep within a space that is, especially not traditionally a technical space. Like this is something like,
it's on the French, yeah.
Yeah, this is something that's really like kind of at the cutting edge that's happening right now in the industry.
So what's gonna be really cool, we're recording this conversation. This is our time capsule moment, buddy.
Okay, cool.
We're recording this on the 18th day, the month of March, the year 2026. You and I are gonna look back on this interview in a couple of years when there's a big Safira booth here. You have all these logos under your belt here, and we're gonna have that conversation. Say, remember when?
Yeah.
We're gonna remember when. So we're gonna manifest it. We're gonna put it out there. Where can everyone find you guys? Where can they connect? Where can they learn more? Tell them right in the camera.
Awesome. SafiraHiring.com. Super simple URL. You got my contact information on there. Honestly, you can text me. You can email me. I'll respond. I'll tell my number. It's 630-770-8220. Super
Call
simple.
now.
Literally, call me whenever, any time of the day. Text me, whatever. Yeah, it's my cell phone number, so I'll be there to pick up. Yeah.
Guys, this is what I believe in. I believe in the young founders building. I bet on the jockey and also the horse in this case. And I want everyone out there to listen, have conversations, dig in, and understand the product, because this is what it's all about here. Awesome.
Thank you so much, man.
That's how we do it.
It is awesome being here with you.